What's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are well and warm. Kicking it back. I got two purposes for today's video. First, I'm trying to get more comfortable with talking on camera. I know some of you might be thinking, Pigeons, you really are, you are comfortable. But no, I'm trying to get a little more comfortable without being too nervous or overly excited. So I'm gonna try to mellow this one back. Over the last few days, I've just been trying to sit back and have a general conversation with myself with the camera turned on, because it takes a little bit of work to just get used to talking to a lens on your own, you know. And the second purpose I wanted to take to make this video, or that I had to make this video, was that I wanted to have a conversation with you guys in regards to my notifications on my phone, and maybe someone could relate, and maybe I can try to help someone else that's in the same scenario as myself. But if you're new here, you may not know that I do daily videos every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, and it comes with a lot of notifications. You know, whether it's comments, whether it's subscriptions, whether it's just likes, there's so many things. And when you apply all the other platforms that I'm on, like Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, it turns out to be hundreds of notifications every single day. And despite my best efforts, I usually put my phone on a table that's in the kitchen next to a plug-in, and I try not to have any interaction with it during the day. Or at least not during the day, but through the few hours that I'm home from work and before and after my son goes to bed. It's typically a 5 to 9 o'clock p.m. window that I try never to touch my phone. The problem is that regardless of what happens, I go check my phone for the time, or I go to check my phone because I received a text message, because I don't want to be shut off from family and my loved ones, so I do respond to phone calls and text messages. But when you go to check those, it's inevitable that there's going to be 10, 15, 20 comments or 20 notifications posted underneath that. So I go to check the time. Oh yeah, it's 7 o'clock. It's time for my boy to, start getting ready for bed, start a show. We do a routine. But then I notice that there's 4 comments underneath it. And inevitably, I'm going to open them up, or I'm going to read them. I'm going to take time away from my evening to address those comments. And it's not that those comments don't deserve attention and deserve some kind of reply, because they certainly do. But there's a time and a place to take care of that. And I decided this weekend that I was going to turn off all of the notifications on my phone. And I mean more than just my social platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. I shut off all the notifications to the games that I play. I shut the notifications off to the apps that I use, I shut the notifications off for everything. And I found that, I still needed to break the habit of going to check my phone to just, I felt lost. That wandering phase where you just pace through the kitchen and then all of a sudden you tap on your phone, and whether or not there's something there or not, you come back 5 to 10 minutes and you tap it again. There's still that habit that needs to be broken. However, I found that when I would go back to my phone after all the notifications were off and there was no notification, I was far less likely to come back to the phone as frequently, because there was nothing there to give me any kind of gratification. It was an incredible, life-changing decision. I haven't been disassociated with things that don't matter in a very long time. And when I say don't matter, I mean, you get updates about people dropping new videos. You get updates about live streams. You get updates about games. You get updates about the resources in that game that you needed, or the times run out to build your farm, or you know what I mean? What's going on in the news? It's incredible the amount of things that we are getting notified for that really have no effect on what we're doing at any given time. It is nice to be notified and be in the loop on things, but I feel as if there's a time and a place for that. I don't want to know what's going on in the world every moment of the day. There's some time to which I just want to escape that. And my phone has turned into being more of a nuisance because it can do everything. And even though I just need it for a calculator, or I just need it to send a message, I end up using 3, 4, 5, 6 different apps when I only came to do one thing at any one particular time. My life, my wife, my son, my team, I'm a volunteer. All these aspects of my life deserve to have my full and undivided attention. And it is becoming increasingly difficult to do that in a world in which I've surrounded myself with notifications about every single event. I don't want my son to remember me as the guy that just had my phone in my hand, you know, and my face was staring in it. You know, you remember the days when we used to sit in the hospital waiting room and just stare at the wall, or stare at the people waiting in the waiting room with you, you know, you'd be watching your kid at the park and they'd be like, Dad, watch this. And your response would be like, I am watching. I'm looking right at you, son. You know, instead of, oh, yeah, oh, okay, you know, that there was a simpler time, and I fall victim to this, and I give myself a real hard time about it, and I am gonna make a conscious effort to be better. That I'm going to pay attention to what's going on in front of me and stay less notified to the things that I really don't need to be notified about. So I had an incredibly peaceful and enjoyable weekend with no notifications. The only notifications that I had was the sun peeking through the curtains in the morning to let me know that it was time to get up, and maybe the yakking sound that my dog makes right before he's about to throw up. You know, there was a simpler time before I was in the constant loop. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that when you make a comment, or if you have something to say underneath a video, I'm gonna read it. I'm going to see it. It might not be right away. It might not be within seconds of you making that comment, but I'm gonna respond to it. I'm gonna make sure that there is a time at which I can dedicate to that. And you know, whether that's before bed, whether that's on break from work, you know, you can find some kind of slot of time in your life to which you can dedicate to that kind of activity. I just don't think it's healthy to do it all day, throughout the day, every day. So I received a comment under one of my videos that said, "Pigeons, a heart on my comment isn't enough." And I thought, well, that's a bit rude, but I want you to know, if all that you see on your comment is a heart from me, I read your comment. I'm not gonna heart a troll's comment. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna make sure that the comments that I see are ones that I appreciate, and those are the ones that I'm going to respond to. I want you to know that I read your comment. It touched me enough that I wanted you to know that I loved your comment, guys. Every comment deserves to be replied to. I'm just trying to find the right time to which I can respond to as many comments as possible, because I love talking to you guys. I love being able to respond to you guys. It's just, I'm having a hard time managing the time at which I should be doing that. Thank you guys for listening to me today. I really didn't want this to turn into some kind of social public service announcement. I really wanted this to just be a way for me to let you guys know that I'm having so much fun doing daily videos, and it's consuming a lot of my time. I just need to take it a little more serious in terms of how I engage, when I engage, and where I engage. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me, guys. Until next time, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.